Good morning, everyone. My name is Dylan Bender. I'm the Sports Information Director at Manchester University, host institution. First off, welcome back. It's been a long time coming, so we're excited to have you all here joining us in Fort Wayne. And Coach, I'll just open up with you. A tremendous season thus far to this point. What does it say about your program and about these seniors here sitting next to you to have finally gotten to your first Final Four?
Well, we've been, kind of knocking on this doorstep for a little while, and we just keep trying to do everything we can to improve our odds on a daily basis. And I feel like that's what this group's done since the day they arrived on campus in August. They've worked really hard and just did everything they needed to do to improve their odds. And luckily this year, those odds came out in our favor. We've been in some tough, hard-fought, close games. And these guys have made the plays down the stretch. And they've showed a lot of resiliency, and I just couldn't be prouder of them.
Ryan or Tim, anything to add? As you guys now have matured, you've been through a lot with the COVID seasons, but now to have a full season of basketball, to advance to this point as senior leaders, what does it mean to you guys to be here?
I think Coach talked about a lot. When you mentioned the COVID season, I think that was actually kind of a leverage point for us. We kind of took advantage of that. We obviously had a successful season last year, won the OAC championship. We made the most of it that we could. Obviously, we didn't have a chance for an NCAA run, but we felt like we could do something if we did have the opportunity. And then with having Tim and Jason coming back, we knew we had a lot of experience with all the guys coming back. So with this group, we've been through a lot of adversity with all of that. The coaches prepped us in the preseason, so we knew we could have a big season. It was just a matter if we could get it going all together. And obviously, it's been going pretty well.
Anything to add there?
Yeah, I'd say we just handled adversity well. I mean, throughout the whole pandemic and everything these last couple of years, I think our guys have had a great mindset and strive to get better every day. And Coach has done a great job leading us, putting us in situations to get better. And overall, I just think the guys have increased our confidence and ready to go.
I'll add to that a little bit. I feel like this run is kind of a year and a half or 2 years in the making. I remember like it was yesterday, December 27th, these guys checking back into campus. They had to, we're talking 2021 now, they all had to get tested. Addie Black came back and got sent right back home because he tested positive, right? But the rest of us got to stay. And we as a coaching staff gave these guys a thing called training camp. And we knew we had like 3 weeks. It was weird because you had like 3 weeks. Our guys have been off for a month and a half. We had 3 weeks to get ready to play an OAC game. And we said, we're going to take this negative and turn it into a positive somehow, some way. And we're going to absolutely get after it. And for 3 weeks, we were on campus almost by ourselves back then. And we worked these guys harder than I think they even thought was humanly possible. And we approached that COVID season like it was the most important season ever. And I think that is serving us well going into this season. We got all these guys back from that same team. But we didn't just sit around. We were fortunate that our administration allowed us to have a season. I think if you look around Division III basketball, the teams that were kind of able to do some things during that COVID season probably have had a little bit of a leg up this year. But we've been kind of talking about this. This is not. I think it goes past just this year for us. It's been like, all right, we're gonna make something out of last year's season to prepare us for this year's season. And these guys have been just totally bought in the entire way, and I couldn't be prouder.
And looking towards to this weekend, you've been able to host the first 2 weekends of the NCAA Tournament. Now kind of going on the road, how are you guys embracing coming here to the neutral floor, to the Coliseum?
Oh, I mean, I'm excited. As a Northwest Ohio native, from Delphus, not too far down the road, I think the Marietta crowd will be traveling well. So we've got a loyal fan base and a really strong community back home. So every game's a sellout back home, and I don't think it'll be a sellout here, but I know our fans will travel well and support us well. So,
Ryan, are you looking forward to anything here?
Yeah, it's been unreal. Just the entrance and the locker room, everything that's been set up for us. But we kind of talked about it, team and coaches made a point where soak all up while you can, but when the game time and ball gets tipped off, you just got to treat it like another game, focus on the game plan, be ready to execute.
Awesome. I'll open it up now for questions.
For you guys, what does it mean to be able? Everyone wants to leave the program better than they had it when it came in. You've gotten an extra step that hasn't been taken before. What does that mean to be able to get this accomplishment this year?
It's extremely rewarding. You come in as a freshman at Marietta, and there's a huge list of guys that are much better, more talented, and much higher IQ than you. So being able to take what they give you and then turn it into something extremely positive and beneficial for the community, and leave a good program for the younger guys as well, it just means a lot. And I know every Marietta guy ever is happy for us right now. So knowing we've got their support is pretty awesome.
Yeah, on top of that, a bunch of guys who came here before us, like even 10 years when Coach V helped the program take off, they kind of set the standard. So you kind of have a responsibility here to keep that standard and not just keep it but elevate it. So to take that next step really does feel huge.
Also, obviously, the big storyline is a rematch from the game that happened in November. What have you guys seen in terms of improvements? What is your team doing better now than you were doing then? What do you feel like you're bringing as an extra wrinkle to this?
Yeah, it's been a wild couple weeks because we just played Christopher Newport, who we played the first game of the season, and a week after that game we played Randolph Macon, and here we are again a week later playing Randolph Macon. So it's a little deja vu, but it's watching the film. I think both teams are probably a lot better than they were back in November. Obviously, I'm actually happy that we played them earlier in the year, just because we can kind of see what we've got to get better at is directly in regards to them. When you're watching a lot of these NCAA tournament teams play against teams you don't even know, and you're trying to wonder, like, nobody guard. When we played Oswego State, it was like nobody guards Oswego State like we're going to guard Oswego State, right? So it was like you're kind of guessing and wondering how your game plan is going to work. We kind of know who Randolph Macon is, what we need to improve on, what we need to fix from last time. Everybody back home's upset that we're playing the #1 team in the country, and they in the semifinals, right? They don't understand how it works necessarily. Like, this is ridiculous. Who put this bracket together? Why is #1, #2 team got to play, right? I love to know it's your fault, Mike. But right, like, and I'm like, no, this is great. This is great. Like, we get 3-4 days to prepare for these guys, right? I would much rather play them in the semifinal game than the national championship game, kind of like we did in our tournament back home, where we played Wabash on Friday and then had to turn around and play Randolph Macon on Saturday with very little prep. So we've been able to prep this week. We feel good about where we're at. Obviously, they're really good, so we're gonna have to enjoy it. Like Ryan said, we'll have to enjoy what we're going through right now, but we're gonna have to clear the mechanism when the game comes and be really dialed in, really focused, and it's gonna take our best effort. But we feel good about where we're at right now.
They're playing a few more guys down low, Tim, than they did in November. They got some more different looks for you. You prepared for this? What is the mindset going into the post battle?
Oh yeah, I think with our coaching staff the way it is, we're prepared for everything always. They do a tremendous job of getting us ready and looking at every guy on the bench, on the starting lineups, anybody that I could match up against. So yeah, I guess nothing out of the ordinary that we haven't seen before, but we'll be prepared.
My last thought, I think I saw Ryan Whitnable mention it on Twitter. You guys got to go out to Las Vegas to the tournament. They're playing a bigger arena. Does that help coming into this place that's going to have a different feel than home in terms of how big the space is and everything, to help to have that experience?
We'll find out. I hope, right? I mean, that's why we played the schedule we played. That's why we went, to Vegas to do things like that. We just try to put these guys in as many situations as we possibly could to prepare them for this moment. And we feel like we're prepared. We feel like we've played the toughest schedule of anybody in the country. We don't play in an arena like this. The Banjo's a lot different than the Coliseum here. So, we're going to get up a lot of shots today, a lot of shots tomorrow, and do everything we can to get ready.
Any more questions? All right. Thank you, guys, and good luck.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate everything you guys are doing. Thank you.